Okay, the maximum absorption by chlorophyll A, that is in the blue and the red regions. This shows higher rate of photosynthesis. So we can conclude that chlorophyll A is the cheap pigment associated with photosynthesis. There is one-to-one overlap between the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A and the action spectrum of photosynthesis. So this second diagram represents the rate of photosynthesis measured by O2 release. This is the action spectrum of photosynthesis. First diagram shows absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A, then B, then carotenoids, and there is one-to-one overlap between them. Light reactions or the photochemical phase include light absorption, water splitting, oxygen release, and the formation of high energy chemical intermediates ATP and NADPH. Okay. The single chlorophyll A molecule forms the reaction center. The reaction center is different in both the photosystems. So in PS1, the reaction center chlorophyll A has an absorption peak at 700 nanometer, hence is called P700. While in PS2, it has absorption maximum at 680 nanometer and is called P60. P6 680. Now electron transport system. So this is the Z scheme, and these electrons are then moved downhill again, this time to a molecule of energy rich NADP plus. The addition of these electrons reduces NADP plus to NADPH plus H plus. H2O breaks into 2 electron 2H plus plus oxygen atom. Now splitting of water. Okay, the electrons needed to replace those removed from the photosystem 1 are provided by photosystem 2. Okay, now the water splitting complex is associated with the PS2, which itself is physically located on the inner side of the membrane of the thylakoid. Okay, now protons and oxygen is likely to be released in the lumen. So okay, when the two photosystem work in a series, first PS2 and then the PS1, a process called non-cyclic photophosphorylation occurs. So both ATP and NADPH plus H plus are synthesized by non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now the cyclic flow hence results only in the synthesis of ATP but not of NADPH plus H plus. And cyclic photophosphorylation also occurs when only light of wavelengths beyond 680 nanometer are available for excitation. Okay. While the membrane or lamella of the grana have both PS1 and PS2, the stroma lamella membranes lack PS2 as well as NADP reductase enzyme. Now the excited electron does not pass on to NADP plus but is cycled back to the PS1 complex through the electron transport chain. Now chemiosmotic hypothesis is used to actually for ATP synthesis in the chloroplast as well as in mitochondria during the respiration. Like in respiration, in photosynthesis too, ATP synthesis is linked to development of a proton gradient across a membrane. In respiration, protons accumulate in the intermembrane space of the mitochondria when electrons move through the ETS. Now, when light falls on PS2, that is P680, water split into half O2 plus H plus, oxidation of water. Then passes electron to plastoquinone. then cytochrome B6, then plastocyanin, then PS1, that is P117, then FD, then FNR, that reduces NADP plus H plus into NADPH. Now this is the thylakoid membrane. It has the lumen, outside is stroma. Then there is a complex, that is ATP synthesis. It has two components, that is transmembrane channel, that is CF node, and protrude outside, that is CF1, that converts ATP into ADP plus inorganic phosphate into ATP.